What's going on, YouTube? R to the double E dash to the Z-O-N coming at you once again. And I'm just here to make a quick video, man, as I drive home. Today is Thursday, June 23rd, 2022. And I just wanted to make a video, first and foremost, letting you guys know that sometime soon I will be doing an Xbox Bethesda Showcase 2022 reaction video. The reason I haven't done it yet is because I actually did and just got so frustrated with the results of the video that I can't redo that video until I've cooled off, because I literally made the longest video I think I've ever made in my YouTube history. It was almost an hour long. It was about 54 minutes long, and after all that, I realized that once it's gone through the hour plus of uploading and all that and being processed, when I go click on it to watch it to make sure everything came out smooth, there's no sound. Because right before the video, I had done some Windows updates, and it's the second time it's happened to me. On this laptop, whenever I do Windows updates, something happens. I guess it resets the camera app or whatever. You got to go and make sure that your mic is enabled, basically. So that really sucked, and I was like, there's no fucking way that I'm doing this video again. So I'm gonna wait on that. But anyways, this video is just about my reaction, and I guess you can call it a sort of review. Certainly not too in depth, but will be my thoughts and reaction to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge. Let me just say that the hype is real. All the praise and adulation that this game is getting online and all the reviews is definitely well deserved. It is the best beat 'em up ever created, in my opinion. A couple of other people have said the same. I think RGT85 is on that tip. I am also basically. I just think it's a phenomenal beat 'em up. I think .mu, who was also responsible for Streets of Rage 4, which was also a phenomenal return to beat 'em up glory for a franchise that went way too long without having a sequel. Streets of Rage 4 was just phenomenal. I still play it to this day. But TMNT Shredder's Revenge is everything Streets of Rage 4 is, and more. They just really went all in. It's basically a marriage of Turtles in Time and the 1989 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles arcade game, which is fucking phenomenal, which I have through emulator on my laptop. Play it all the time since I was a kid till now. I mean, it's just one of my favorite arcade games. But it's a marriage between those two games and those two entities, and then also a sprinkling of innovation and modern day progress as far as the move sets and the playability go. What I mean by that is that you got everything that you get in TMNT arcade game in '89 and TMNT Turtles in Time, all of that, everything down to the last fucking T. Like the same great beat 'em up action done, basically 1-to-1 to the original '89 arcade game as far as the gameplay goes, but of course, evolved, better controls and all that. But the same type of action. But then you also get all the little quirks and all the little nuances that made the Turtles in Time so fucking phenomenal, like the ability to do the fling slam, where you just bomb on the foot soldiers, or the ability to toss them right at the screen. Matter of fact, on Xbox, I don't know about any other console, but I know on Xbox, one of the achievements is called Mode 7, and it comes when you've flung 16 foot soldiers at the screen, which I thought was just fucking awesome, because Mode 7 was the graphical chipset or the chip that was in the Super Nintendo that allowed the Super Nintendo to do a lot of scaling backgrounds and foregrounds. So that allowed for that 3D effect in Turtles in Time when you threw the foot soldier at the screen. So, and since that Super Nintendo was 16 bits, Mode 7 achievement comes after you've thrown 16 foot soldiers at the screen. I thought that was just fucking awesome. But yeah, man, everything. It's got everything from those two games, but then it's got these evolutions of gameplay. Like, for example, every turtle doesn't just have the same basic, 3 or 4 hit combo just with a different weapon. No, they all have their own distinct combos. They all have their own distinct attacks. They have their own distinct hard attacks. They have their hard attacks. Their own distinct jumping attacks. Their own distinct super moves, which is a whole brand new mechanic for the most part to the series, and their own distinct taunts, their own distinct one-liners thrown in there. But there's a lot. It's not just bash the button. Yeah, you can do that and get through the game like you could through any other beat 'em up, but you can mix up your attacks, medium attacks with hard attacks, with flying attacks, with back. Your attacks will be different with each turtle coming off of a backflip, coming off of a when you dash, coming off of when you dash and then flip, dash then jump. All of that is unique to each turtle, and also unique to Splinter, April, and Casey Jones, which are all the playable characters, the 7 playable characters in this game as of right now. So that varies the gameplay a lot in comparison to Turtles in Time or any other beat 'em up before. It's a lot more varied. It's a lot more fresh. The frame rate is just ridiculous. I play it on Series X because, of course, I got that Game Pass. So I got it for free day one. Didn't have to worry about paying nothing. Eventually, I will buy it for the Switch. But I'm waiting to see, I don't even know what price it is now. I haven't checked because I got so many bills and shit going on right now. And, Biden is just a fucking dick. But, eventually I will get around to buying a copy. That copy, I will buy it on the Switch to have it portable. Because I heard it plays just as good on the Switch. And that's the type of game you want to have portable anyways. But on Series X, it is gorgeous. Beautiful, beautiful pixel art. Hand-drawn animations, beautiful, beautiful. Everything about the game shouts the 1987 or 89, whenever it was, cartoon show. From the design of the characters themselves to the design of the backgrounds and the buildings and the environments. Everything is retro 80s New York animated. So like New York in the TMNT animated show back in those days. Music is phenomenal, dude. Fucking phenomenal. You got RZA, or is it Jizza? It's one of those two from Wu-Tang, and Ghostface Killer on a track. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it's the track that plays when you're fighting Shredder at the end. And they're rapping about, like Shredder dissing the Turtles and how much better he is and how much more gangster he is. And I was just like, this is fucking fantastic. And then so many other artists, the notable artists in the soundtrack. And it's just a great vibe of 80s to early 90s funk, dog. Rock, rap, all of that's in there. But it's got that 80s to early 90s TMNT swag to it, man. So it's so fucking good. From what I understand, they brought all the original voice actors that they could from the original 80s cartoon to voice their characters in this game. And for the most part, it holds up. I mean, there's a couple times where I'm like, that doesn't really sound like Leo, or that didn't really sound like Splinter. I know they couldn't, unfortunately, I know they couldn't do Shredder because they couldn't get Uncle Phil, James Avery, I believe his name was, who was the voice of Shredder. But the voice actor for Shredder holds his own. He sounds good. He sounds like Shredder. You know what I'm saying? But it's cool when you hear Michelangelo say something like Cowabunga dude or whatever, and it's the voice from the original cartoon. Or Leo will say something heroic, and it's like, oh shit, that's Leonardo. Raphael's voice is on point with the cartoon. All of them. I love that authenticity. You got characters in here that are from the extended, I think, the Archie comic book line, but also from the figures. I used to have a lot of these action figures when I was a young boy, man, and people don't know, I had a fucking tremendous Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle action figures collection for a good, bro, I was collecting them for a good couple of years, bro, 5 or 6 years nonstop, from when I was like 5 till I was probably like 8 or 9, and I freaking racked up so many figures. So I had a lot of these figures that I've never seen. Maybe they did show up in the cartoon, I can't remember, but I've seen them in the comics, and I had them as action figures, and I see them show up in the game, like the Triceratons and things like that. Oh man, I was so in heaven playing this game. It has not gotten boring. I've been playing it nonstop. I played it a couple times online with some randoms. Bro, it is arcade goodness, man. It is like being back in the early 90s, late 80s in an arcade, pumping in quarters to the TMNT arcade game or Turtles in Time back in 91, 92. But it's, it's online, so you're doing it from the comfort of your home. Yeah, it's always better to do it locally, and that's why this game offers up to 6-player co-op, which is fucking couch co-op, which is fucking amazing. So, me and my sons haven't tested it out together yet, because, this is not from their time. The Turtles were, before, so they're not as psyched about it as me, but they do want to play. It looks fun to them, so we're gonna, I gotta take my Xbox One S controller out of the room and take the 2 Series X controllers I have, sync them all to Series X, and we're gonna have a fucking blast. But yeah, so 6-player co-op multiplayer, 6-player online multiplayer. I was doing it with, at one point I got into a game that had 5 of us. 4 random dudes and me, or 4 random dudes or girls, or mix, and myself going crazy, just blowing through stages. Every once in a while there'll be a little visual glitch online, like you'll do the fling slam, so you'll be slamming a foot soldier, bam, bam, back and forth, and the foot soldier will be on this, like 2 feet to your left instead of right and center, you know, and it'll be off. But, you know, little things like that. And they're few and far in between. Very smooth online. No hiccups that I was able to really detect. Just a fucking blast of a beat 'em up, dude. I mean, they did such a great job, man. And all the achievements that there are to track down, and all the 3 different distinct challenges within each level. I mean, I'm pretty maxed out, you know, as far as the challenges in each level. There's maybe 1 or 2 levels where I'm missing one. And then there's 1 level where I'm missing all 3 because I really don't know what they want me to do. So I got to look that up so I can complete it. But it's just a blast, bro. So much fun. I mean, I've leveled up Leo to like level 10. Raph to level 10. I got Mikey, you know, I'm sorry, I got Donnie like at level 4 or 5. Mikey is like at 1 or 2. I got to get on him. And then I still got Casey, Splinter, and April. I played as Casey Jones, sick as fuck. I loved it. Splinter, bad motherfucker. April's the only one I haven't played yet, as yet. But I like to see how her moveset is because I've seen, you know, gameplay of it. And she's using microphones and cameras and all that shit. So it's awesome, man. But bottom line, man, this is a beat 'em up for the ages. This takes everything you loved, all the nostalgia, all the retro fucking goodness from games like not just Turtles and Arcade and Turtles in Time, but, you know, the Double Dragons, the Streets of Rage, the Final Fights, the Brawl Brothers, and things like that, and just brings back all that retro beat 'em up goodness, but then throws on it like a sprinkling, like I said before, of modern day, current gen gameplay mechanics, gameplay advantages that you didn't have back then. And also, even though it's done in a retro style pixel art to be faithful to the source material and to the era from which this game is crafted, it's still presented stunningly vibrant and clear and fast paced. So it's just a fucking triumph, man. I shit you not, I hear other people saying it, and this is the first time that I don't find it hyperbolic to put a pixel art 2D retro type game that probably isn't even full price. It probably came out at 40 or 30 bucks. I really don't know for sure, but I gotta see. I will not consider hyperbolic to put this game up for Game of the Year discussion. Game of the Year candidacy at the very least. It is that good. So I have no regrets. It was worth every excruciating moment waiting for a release date, waiting for more footage. Then they'd give us more footage, but they wouldn't tell us when. And then, you know, just out of the blue, they were like, boom, here's a release date. And it was just like, bam, it was 2 weeks from them, I think, from when they announced it, or some shit like that, a week or 2 weeks. And when I found out it was coming on Game Pass, again, I just had to pat myself on the back for choosing the right console this generation. Because I didn't have to pay a goddamn thing, bro, other than the 15 bucks I'm already paying a month for access to this and hundreds of other games. So yet another big time game that's highly anticipated and everybody wants it. And on PlayStation, you gotta pay for it. On Nintendo, you gotta pay for it. On Xbox, you just literally, once I saw it became available for my job, I went on the Xbox app, Game Pass app, sorry, and remote download to my house. Told my Series X download that game so when I get home it's ready to go. Called my son who was at home because he's on summer vacation. I said, hey, yo, check the Xbox. Is TMNT Shredder's Revenge installed? They're like, oh yeah, it's there, it's installed. Perfect. And this game, with all its goodness, and it does got a lot of content and a lot of replayability, and all of that wrapped up in that retro, nostalgic, beautiful package, was 1 gig. Oh man, I love it, dude. I love it, bro. I'm playing this game nonstop. I'm gonna keep playing it. I ain't gonna get tired of this game. I can tell you that right now. And God help us if they fucking actually decide to do DLC. I don't know if they are going to, or they said they're not, or what the story is with that. But if they do, man, and they bring us other locales and other missions from the Turtles universe, yo, man, bro, if they could straight up make an expansion like Mortal Kombat did with Aftermath, make an expansion like that, and do a whole second story mode, a whole second campaign with a whole new set of new stages and shit, and charge 20, you know, 15 to 20 bucks, 30 bucks even, depending on how much they give us. And bro, motherfuckers will buy it. I know I will. Easy, fast, quick, and in a hurry, without even seeing what it's gonna be. They tell me they're bringing a whole new campaign mode, or, you know, a whole new gameplay mode or something, bro, without hesitation. So I mean, the game is amazing, man. Like I said, I will be making a video of my Xbox reaction for, you know, their Showcase 2022 coming up soon. God bless y'all. Stay gaming. Go play TMNT Shredder's Revenge for real.